Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of CALLOUS Fight Night. This is once again, unfortunately, a replay as opposed to live. This one, not my fault. Jabba sucks at scheduling. Blame him. Nevertheless, he is the defending champion here, and he is against challenger Zokuru, who has been in the challenger pool from the beginning and has been waiting for weeks and weeks and weeks to have his opportunity, and now here it is. Jabba has 0 title defenses as of this moment. He did beat Asta last week to become the champion, but now he is going to attempt to defend his title against our challenger. So here's the game. Trainer Orange, that's JabbaTheGriffin. He's on the bottom. It's a lead Scarm against Zokuru on the top with a Tyranitar. Immediate switch to a Scarm and Spikes. So Jabba with the early on advantage here. May have Taunt. Blissey comes in just in case, and it is in fact just Taunt. I think you went to Bliss there to check for a Magneton, but that did not come. Blissey now is going to have to attack should it stay in, but instead it's just a Claydol, and Jabba simply goes for Spikes number 2. Claydol may just go straight spin here, Toxic instead from Scarm, and it is Rapid Spin, so the Spikes are gone. Whether or not the doll has Refresh, yet to be determined. If he does not, then that Toxic's going to be obnoxious. Of course, the Blissey could have Heal Belt as well. We don't know. And it's going to be a taunt once again here, probably preventing a refresh, which he did not attempt to go for. So Milo now is taunted. Spikes come down once again. That's going to be layer number 1. And 47% from Surf. So Scarm there obviously has quite a bit of speed investment. Therefore, does not have that much special defense investment, which is why he took so much. A second Surf comes down. Jabba finally on turn 7 shows a second Pokemon. Here comes Celebi. Takes Surf really well, of course. 14%, not a big deal. Not your typical Celebi, though. He's got Swords Dance, almost certainly Swords Dance plus Baton Pass. Celebi basically never keeps that for himself, has no real purpose for it. So we'll see where that goes. Here comes Scarm, who's almost certainly a Phaser, right? And BP does not have Magneton, but it does have Zapdos here, which should scare away Scarm, and it probably has Baton Pass itself and can continue this chain if it needs to. There is Thunderbolt that was aimed at Scarm, of course. Claydol comes in, blanks it. It's still poison from before. Drill Pack here, mixed Zapdos, makes sense. It did a lot of damage because he has that Swords Dance boost from the Celebi, who does way more than usual, doing 58% to Claydol, who is now easily in KO range. Gets out of the way. Tyranitar comes back in for Zokuru. Drill Peck makes a decent dent in it, 22%, but nevertheless is resisted, and Zapdos should be scared away here. Switches out as opposed to Baton passes out. Interesting. Perhaps Zapdos is the recipient of the chain as opposed to the Pokemon that continues the chain. Otherwise, you would have Baton Pass there, right? But at the same time, I mean, he can't be the best recipient because he's got to have something more than just Drill Pack, which is probably HP Fighting. And if he had HP Fighting, he would have stayed in there and done it. So I really don't know. Nevertheless, second layer of Spikes comes down. Milotic knocks out Scarm. Zokuru now with the lead 6-5. That was the first knockout of the game. 3 unrevealed still for Jabba, however, and 1 for Zokuru, though I think we probably all know that it's likely to be Dugtrio. Mirror Coat for Zokuru is going to catch him off guard. I don't blame Jabba for not playing around that. Who would? But it's going to do work here. It's a huge Thunderbolt, but a way huger Mirror Coat back, and Zokuru furthers his lead, now 6-4. Jabba goes to Metagross. Earthquake, swing and a miss on the full health Scarm for Zokuru as it comes in. There's Explosion denying Spikes, but does he have a follow-up that can actually threaten the Scarm? Swampert comes down. There's now only 1 unrevealed Pokemon for Jabba, and still the 1 unrevealed, probably Dugtrio, for Zokuru. Toxic and Hydro Pump respectively. Interesting that Zokuru thinks the Toxic is more valuable than the Spikes here. He might be right. He gets the 1 layer down anyway. And Ice Beam going to get the first knockout for Jabba, so we fall to a 5-3 situation with Zokuru still in the lead. Claydol comes in at this point. It's weak and it's poisoned. It may just spin here before dying. And that is exactly what happens. There's the spin, and there is the Ice Beam. That'll be good enough from that HP. Claydol goes down. So there's 1 layer beneath Jabba's team, 0 beneath Zokuru's, and we've got ourselves a 4-3 situation as Milotic comes in. That should be completely safe here against Swampert. And the last Pokemon for Jabba of all things is a Scizor. Definitely not something that I or Zokuru would have predicted or played around. But here it is, Scizor. And Milotic stays in to surf it. Swords Dance coming down from Scizor, but can it punch through the Milotic from 75%? Surf is going to knock Scizor into the red, and it's going to use Agility now, so it basically has Dragon Dance twice, effectively. It is at +2/+2. Will that be enough to punch through the remaining team for Zokuru? Silverwind is going to insta-KO Bliss from 88%. Dugtrio comes in, but I don't see how that helps him here. Scizor with the agility boost is going to be faster. That takes out Dugtrio. Are we about to see a Scizor sweep? Milotic now is the only thing here standing in the way. It's going to have to live from 75%. And it does not. Silverwind is going to take it out. Last Pokemon, Scizor, is going to be the full comeback for Jabba. He was behind for the whole game, and then Scizor came in and cleaned up the entire team. Killed 4 Pokemon by itself, agility'd up, swords danced up, and proceeded to sweep. We have a Scizor sweep here in CALLOUS Fight Night. Jabba's got to be proud about that, got to be feeling good. It's a poke that he's always liked. I don't know how serious he is about thinking that it's good, but he's definitely mentioned it and definitely tried using it a couple of times, and it obviously did really good work here and won him the entire game. So, Jabba is going to have his first title defense. He's now got 2 victories in CALLOUS Fight Night. Zokuru, after waiting 3 months almost to give this a shot, is going to go down. And Jabba's going to take on a new challenger next week. I'll do the drawing off screen since this is the replay as opposed to live. And we will go from there, but look forward to Jabba fighting off a new challenger next week. I will see you guys there.